I told myself I wasn't going to cry when I was going to make this video, but come on, Sophie. Like, they're not worth it. They're not worth it. But I want my mum right now. I wanted to make everything better. I want... I'm not really sure how to begin. My hand is shaking. I'm not angry at my dad for abusing me. I'm not angry. I've made peace with the fact that I was the daughter they didn't see as a daughter like my mum. I'm sure she tried. But it wasn't good enough, and she didn't protect me from him, and she told every single family member that I'm crazy and that I've made it up, and like, look at me, I'm in a mental hospital crying my eyes out because I want them back. Like, I have no one. And I just want to feel better. I just want to feel like I can move on. Because being the daughter that everyone hated and everyone hates makes me want to kill myself. I tried to be perfect. I tried to be the best daughter I could possibly be, and it was never enough. It ended with me developing anorexia because I wanted to be perfect. I wanted to be everything that they wanted me to be, and as a kid, you listen to your parents, and I thought what my dad did when he sexually abused me when I was 10 was normal, and I thought that's just what dads do, and because my mum didn't stop him, it felt normal. Like, my mum used to take me to appointments at the hospital and not let them touch me, or say I'm scared of needles, or when they had to take bloods, I absolutely had to be restrained because I thought they were going to hurt me. And I'm not going to cry. When you're sexually abused by a family member, you still love them, and I still love my dad, and I still love my mum incredibly, and if they'd have me back, I would go home right this minute. But I've brought shame and embarrassment and police to the family that not one family member wants to see me, and I want this to all be a nightmare. Like 2 years ago, I reported my dad, and it took 1.5 years for them to say, actually, it's historical, and also your mental health will not last a trial. And my nan basically just spread the word around where I live that, there wasn't any evidence, but that's not true. There was evidence. Otherwise they wouldn't have arrested him, and I wouldn't have done 3.5 hours of recording of every single sexual act he did against me. Like, I'd have to be so good at lying, and to pull all that into 3.5 hours, I don't quite understand how that can be a lie. Maybe it's easier for them to just accept that it's a lie, I don't know, but none of them spoke to me after I reported. No one asked me what had happened. Like, no one kind of said, you know, Sophie, can you just talk to me, tell me what happened, tell me everything that's gone on. And like, I don't really know what to say. I really don't know what to say because they didn't ask me. It's like, how can they have an opinion? Like, how do all these people that I know have an opinion on what happened between me and my dad? Like, it's only me and him and my mum that knows exactly what happened, so how can anyone else like have an opinion? I have no idea. And I don't know. I was in a refuge this time 2 years ago, and I cried every night. I just wanted to go home, and I don't really know. I think sometimes people think I'm vulnerable and damaged, and that they shouldn't get too close to me in case they hurt me again, and that's fine, but it makes me feel worthless. It makes me feel like I'm not good enough, like I can't have connections with people because people are scared of hurting me. But not being connected to me hurts me even more. And my dad has screwed me up. He has screwed up my head. He has made me the person I am today, which is a complete mess and someone who just bursts into tears all the time. And because the abuse lasted 15 years, nearly, like in a few months it'll be 15 years to the day, and I don't know. I really don't know if I can recover from this, and I think it's gonna take years, and it's just, I don't know. I really don't know. Being sexually abused when you're 10, like imagine being 10 and being forced to have sex with your dad. I remember my really round face and those ringlets, and like, I remember going to school in a lot of pain, and then from the off I was bullied all day, and then I'd get home and I'd be sexually abused, and it was just a cycle like that for many years. And I don't think the bullies understood that they were hurting me. They made me want to kill myself, and they made me self-harm, and they made me cut my leg repeatedly, that I was so worried that in PE they would figure it out. And I was never popular, I was never beautiful, I was never perfect, and so I was picked on. And it makes your self-worth hit the floor, and it makes you question everyone's motives, and it makes you just scared of people picking on you, hating you. I mean, I starved myself nearly to death so I could try and look like the popular girls who picked on me incessantly, and Like, I don't know how else to describe how bad I felt. I suppose the only way I can say is that every night I wished I died in my sleep. And I wished so much so that when I woke up in the morning, bearing in mind I was 10, I would cry because I was awake. And I always wanted to be unconscious, I always wanted to not feel anything. Because all I could feel was my dad's hands on my legs or on my neck. Like, I scratch my neck all the time now because I just feel like he's strangling me like he used to, and I feel his hands on my arm. I've got a huge burn scar. It was a 4th degree burn that when I was dissociated I ended up doing, and I only did it to get rid of the hands, and the hands are still there, so it didn't really work. And all I'm trying to say is that I regret reporting because I lost my family, I lost my extended family, I lost everyone because they all chose to side with the abuser, because that's easier. It's easier to sweep it under the carpet and call Sophie a bit crazy and just a bit, because who would suspect this man to abuse his daughter? I mean, he's quiet, he's shy, he's apparently loving, he provides for his family. Who would think he would do it? I mean, I wouldn't if I was you. Like, I wouldn't think it was him, but it was him. And I've got to live with what he did, and he's got to live with what he did, but I don't think he's sorry. I don't think he connects with the crime, and he's never ever apologised to me, which is difficult. It's very, very difficult, because I just want, I don't know, I don't even want to forgive, I don't know if I want to forgive him, I'm not really sure, but I wish he would apologise. I wish he would just admit that it happened, because there's a reason I am the way I am, and there's a reason why I dissociate, and there's a reason why I have flashbacks and nightmares. It's not something small. Like, I was abused sexually for 15 years, and it's only recently stopped. And people call me stupid for going back to him every single time, but I don't think it's stupid. I think it's love. And I think if it's all you know, then you can't really call a person stupid. You can't. Sometimes you've just got to accept that you're not in that person's shoes, and you're not living their life, and you're not kind of just, you're not me. You're not me, and you're not, just not, you're not me. So please don't call me stupid. I reported him once, he got nowhere. I'm not stupid. I just love my dad. And I love my mum. And they didn't protect me, and they hurt me. But I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about what they did. And I can't do anything about how I didn't tell a teacher or I didn't tell anyone, because I was 10. People should have picked up on it. I was 10. I was 10 and I was shy and I was quiet. I didn't like male teachers, and no one noticed. No one noticed a thing. I remember the morning I left home for the refuge, and I remember crying, and I remember thinking, I've got to leave, but I don't want to leave, and I had to take a deep breath, and I had to say, Sophie, you know what? Sometimes you you've just got to leave and you've got to walk away, and if someone hurts you, it's okay to walk away, you know? It's okay. But I didn't expect every single person in my family to side with an abuser. To begin with, some of them were on my side, but I think they just wanted gossip and details, and I fell for it because you do when someone shows that they care. I don't want people to pity me, and I don't want people just to care because of what's happened to me. I want you to care because you know me. But anyway, I think I'll end the video here, and I don't even know where I'm going with it, but I just feel a bit like I needed to just get out the fact that sometimes I struggle and sometimes I don't know what to do. But please don't judge me for my choices, because you're not me and you're not in my shoes and you're not kind of, I don't know how to put it, you're just not me, so you can't make a judgment. You cannot make a judgment because you are not me.